Hey yo, what's going on guys? It's Mike Reed here. Welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. And today we have quite the interesting one for review today. So today guys, we are going to be taking a look at the Takara Beyblade X UX-14 ScorpioSpear. Yes, and I've been waiting for this guy for quite some time. Actually a couple months in fact. And I just got him in fairly recently for review, and I am like dying to take a look at this guy because I've been interested in him ever since he got revealed. I think all the way back in April they revealed this guy, even before then. And he's just really, really interesting. So before I dive into this review, a couple things before I jump in. First and foremost, I want to start off this review on an interesting note by giving a shout out to somebody in my community who has, let's just say, been a person of interest in my comment section. So give me 1 second whilst I pull up their username on my computer since in the background, since I can't for the life of me remember their name. So give me 1 moment. Alright, so I want to give a shout out, now that I actually have their username up on my computer in the background here, to Aerial Warfare. Is that right? Aerial Warfare? Aerial Warfare, yes. Now, shout out to you, my good sir, ma'am, or anything in between, as your comments have definitely stuck out to me, as it seems like you're quite the Beyblade aficionado as well. And you know what? Hey, if you're enjoying the reviews, I enjoy recording them. So, hey, you know what? It's people like you that are the reason why I still make these reviews, believe it or not. So, I mean, for a while, they were just kind of a personal passion project, I guess you could say. But now that I got people like you watching, well, gotta keep the content coming. And also, speaking of which, as well, I wanted to address, before anybody asks, so I know in a channel post, for those who don't read my channel posts, I posted that one of my room that I would usually record the battle footage in is in need of renovations, and so I said that I would cancel the reviews for a while. Well, I've decided, heck with all that. I'm sick of waiting, and not to mention, I don't want to keep you guys waiting either, because I know some of you really enjoy these reviews, and I don't want to unfairly, keep you guys waiting for too long. So I've decided that, you know what, we're going to have to get a little bit creative until that room gets the renovations it needs. So for the battle footage, it is going to look a little different, just a little bit, but I promise, once the room gets its renovations, I will bring back the usual background that we use for the battle footage. So just keep that in mind. But with all that out of the way, back to ScorpioSpear. So ScorpioSpear is pretty interesting. This guy just kind of came out randomly, from what I remember. And, oh boy, is he a weirdo. So taking a look at the box here, of course we have the usual Beyblade X logo up there. Of course we have our Takara Tomy logo and a little check out Asia channel up there. And then of course right here in the center we get this beautiful CG render of ScorpioSpear. You can see with its little scorpion design, just really, really cool looking. And then down here we have the UX-14 ScorpioSpear 070Z text down there. If you guys can see that, let me zoom. Okay, if my camera would like to not fall off the stand, there we go. ScorpioSpear, yes. 070Z, yep. And it is an Extreme Gear Sports right there release. And it is a UX release. Okay, fun. Can we cooperate, please? Thank you. Okay. Can you tell I haven't recorded these in a while? So, with that being said, also on the box, you can see in the background, Crimson Garuda getting absolutely annihilated. We'll have to try that later and see if he can actually stand a chance against Crimson Garuda. But anyhow, on this side, we do have a nice top-down look at ScorpioSpear. And also, we do get a winder launcher with this guy as well. So pretty darn snazzy right there. Of course, on this side, we get the balance type logo, because yes, this is a balance type. And on the back, we get, lots of jargon back here. So first and foremost, of course, get the ScorpioSpear text, 070Z text up there again. UX release, right spin, balance type. And we do get the user of this bay from the anime right there. Dokuga Foshoku, I think is how you pronounce his name. Very interesting design. And then, of course, right there, it shows off its UX gimmick with its transforming blade. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And then, of course, right here, we get all of its parts beautifully displayed right there. And then over here, we get the little Beyblade X caption right there, with, of course, the UX sub-caption there as well. And a whole bunch of legal jargon over here. And, of course, on this side, we do get a promo for the Beyblade X mobile app in Japan. And on the bottom, a whole bunch of more legal jargon. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this guy open, and let's see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so with the bay fully unboxed, let's go ahead and take a look at the bay itself. But before we do that, we need to of course take a look at the launcher that we get included in this release. In this case here we have the winder launcher that comes with ScorpioSpear here. And as you can see, it's about the same as any other winder launcher you would get in X. However, this one is a little bit different in the fact that it has, and if you look at the winder here specifically, you'll notice the tip of, or the grip part of the launcher here. And for those who've been watching my previous reviews and just paying attention in general, you will know that this is the same ripcord that came with the Hold launcher, yeah? So exact same one, even if it is a little bit out of whack. There we go. Same exact one, same length, same everything, just different color. I would grab my other winder launcher ripcords for comparison, but as I said at the beginning, can't exactly do that. Dang it. But with that said, the actual winder launcher itself is exactly the same as every other winder launcher, just yellow. And of course I can add the winder launcher, stick the ripcord in there, stick your bay on, and Bob's your uncle. Very nice smooth bearings on this guy. So, and also very nice yellow launcher prongs as well. But yeah. Moving the launcher out of the way, let's now take a look now at the bay itself. And let's start off, of course, with the actual blade here, which if I can get my camera positioned just right. There we go. Here we have your blade, ScorpioSpear, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, we have this very nice three-bladed design right there. And of course you do get these three launcher prongs right there. And in the center for the gear chip you get this awesome scorpion design. And what's cool about it too is that, aside from the fact it looks like a Persona character, is that you can look at it in two ways. So you can look at it this way, or if you flip it upside down, you could technically be looking at it from the front. So either way, you're looking at it from the right angle. Pretty neat, huh? I quite like that feature really well, and I wish more gear chip designs actually did that, where you can look at them at different angles and you'll still be technically looking at it, right? But anyhow, so the main gimmick, of course, with this blade, oh, and also, by the way, clear coat on the metal, as per usual, so that is nice, is, of course, the transforming blade, or the movable sublayer here. So if you look at the bottom of the blade, which, by the way, no QR code, of course, so that kind of sucks. It does rotate around, so you'll see as I turn it here, you can see, so in the default mode, it looks like this, and I believe this is its attack mode. And then when you turn the blade like so, then these little red portions will come out, and it will then be in its defense mode. So essentially it will be a lot rounder, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to land a clean hit on it. So that is pretty interesting. And then of course, to transform it back, just turn it this way and it will just click right back into place. Pretty darn nifty, if I do say so myself. So, and I also love the fact too that with the design you can see there's a little bit of like a scorpion stinger design on each of these little three wings in the attack mode. And then in the defense mode, these almost look like the Scorpion's pinchers, if you can kind of see that. The sort of, serrated design of a Scorpion's pinchers. Pretty neat to see right there. So, and of course, later on in this review, we'll see exactly how cool this transformation actually is in battle as well. But once again, very, very cool blade. Love that UX function. Really, really interesting. Next up, we get the ratchet here, which is 070. Now, 070 is the 70 height version of the Zero series of ratchets. As you can see, with Zero, you only have 3 little points on it, and for the most part, a very round design. So, very nice. And of course, since this is a 70 height ratchet, you're going to be sitting at 7 millimeters of height right there. And you do get this one in this nice dark blue and red. So, almost like a cherry red, actually. But all in all, pretty solid little ratchet. Can't be mad. And last but not least, we get the bit, which is P or point. Or, not point. Z or zap, sorry. As this bit does resemble point quite a bit, doesn't it? You can see why I got confused. But no, this is zap. And zap is pretty interesting. As it's pretty much a combination of the Excel bit from John Buster with the point bit from Leon Claw. So you're getting the speed and just overall crazy performance of Excel, but with the dual nature of point. What an interesting combination. And of course we get it in this nice red color here. And of course you have the little bump right there, because this indeed does have high burst resistance. Very nice to see right there. And once you assemble your ScorpioSpear right here, nice tight click, nice tight click again, there you have ScorpioSpear 070 Zap. All in all, very, very interesting release. And just to quickly show the transformation here, if we turn the bit like that, there you will see the transformation once again for the defense and attack mode. And of course, to reset it, which unfortunately it does not reset itself in battle, all you do is you just twist it back and it transforms. And then when it hits the extreme line, as you'll see real quick, let me show you from side profile, it will transform. Then I twist it back. Pretty darn neat, if I do say so myself. So, with the overview of this guy out of the way, let's go ahead and do a quick jump cut real quick, and let's see how cool ScorpioSpear actually is in battle. So, see you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, and we are back. And of course, we do have our lovely BX10 right here. And of course, on screen I have all of my bays beautifully displayed over here, or at least as beautifully as I can, given the fact that we are literally in the corner of my bedroom. I'm not kidding. That's where we are right now. But like I said, I have to make do with what I have for now. So this is the best I can do. But anyhow, let's grab our lovely new ScorpioSpear. And of course we have our brand new launcher as well, which we might as well use alongside it, because why not? Dare I say, why not? So let's go ahead and hopefully, if the camera is actually going to capture this, let's go ahead and launch this guy into the stadium. And let's see what he does on his own. Whoop. Alright, let me just make sure this guy is fully, there we go, fully reset. Oop. Let me see, how does he go in? I don't think he's fully set right. Hold on. Why aren't the launcher prongs going in? Oh, do I need him to be in the other? Okay, so fun little fact I just found out is that in order to launch this guy, you have to start him in the defense mode. Just real quick before we continue. So when you have the bay like this, right, and it's attack mode, your launcher won't sit inside because these little white pieces prevent you from putting in the launcher prongs. So if you're going to use this guy, make sure you have him set to the defense mode, like so. So those white pieces go tucked under the launcher prongs. Alright? Now with that little weird quirk out of the way, let's see what he does in the stadium on his own, finally. Ooh, and he is quite fast. Okay, and now he's just kind of mellowed out. That was kind of boring. Okay. Let's see if I can get the camera on him. There you go. Does it see him a little better? Ow. Alright, switching back to defense mode. And with that, let's get a couple bays for him to battle against. And I think we're going to start with, let's start simple, with Wizard Arrow. See what he can do against ScorpioSpear. Make sure I got, there we go. Okay. Come on, ScorpioSpear. Oh, nice hits. Okay. Ooh, kind of passive aggressive now. Okay. I can hardly tell if he shifted modes or not. Ah, oh, dang it. Oh, he was in the attack mode. Okay. Not a great start for ScorpioSpear, but let's go again. Oh, shoot. Make sure he's in the defense mode. There we go. Oh, come on! Alright. Gee, ScorpioSpear, you could at least try a little harder than that. Okay. Well, let's go one more time. Making sure that ScorpioSpear is in his right mode as well. Alright. Good hits. Oh, good hits again. Alright, come on, ScorpioSpear. Okay. Well, not exactly the best start, but not the worst either. Alright. Let's get someone else in here. And you know what? Let's get a CX Bay in here, just for the fun of it. Wizard Arc. So let's see what he can do against ScorpioSpear. Well, that was something. Can't say it was a good or bad something, but it was something. Alright. Let's go again. Come on, ScorpioSpear. Ooh, good hit. Come on. You can do it, ScorpioSpear. Maybe. Please. This isn't looking good. That was just sad. Okay. One more time. Alright. Come on, ScorpioSpear. I mean, Scorpio. Scorpio. Please land a hit. I'm begging you. Just one. Literally just one hit, I'll be happy. Okay, well, I mean, I'll take that over anything. Alright. Let's do one more here. And you know what? Let's do Nightmail. Let's see what he can do against the mighty Nightmail. Chip. Alright, come on, ScorpioSpear. Ooh, good hit. Okay. Come on. Please just land one hit. Just one. Literally just one. Jeez, that took forever. Okay. So, let's go again. Ooh, good hit. Oh, okay. Looked like a strong hit there for a second. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Come on, Scorpio. Yes! Alright. One more time. Oh, good hit to Scorpio. Holy crap. Okay. Nice. Alright. And with that, I think that pretty much does it for ScorpioSpear. All in all, very, very interesting release. So in terms of the pros and cons with this guy, obviously the blade, really, really interesting gimmick. The ability to switch between the attack mode and defense modes on the fly like that, pretty darn interesting. Although unfortunately you do kind of have to be careful with it, since when you do go into the attack mode, or when you go from attack to defense, that's it. Like, you can't go back. So I guess you just either have to use a bit that doesn't extreme dash as frequently, or you just have to be careful of how you launch. Either way, really interesting mode change gimmick. Though it is a little weird though that you do have to keep it in the defense mode to actually launch it, and then afterwards it'll switch to the other mode. So that is kind of interesting. So but at least from what I've heard anyway about this guy, he is probably one of the more competitive blades that you can buy. So hey, for those who care about competitive, this base for you, or at least the blade is. 070 I think is okay. The three prongs could potentially scrape, but other than that, I think it works, especially given the fact that we're trying to distribute the weight across the 3 points. So I think it does its job pretty well. And then Zap, yeah, definitely interesting as well, because if you don't already have like Excel or Point, this one kinda does both, not really, kinda. And of course for 070 as well, if you don't already have that, because I think it's been released already. I'll have to double check, but if it hasn't been released already, a nice way to get that ratchet as well. So with that, guys, if you guys did enjoy this review, then please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell so that way you guys get notified for all my uploads. Later, E-Squad, and have a good one.